So, can you use permanent markers on miniatures? Of course you can, I mean they're permanent. But is it a good idea? Let's see. Well, the obvious answer is sometimes. But when I did my sort of Chaos Warrior here, the Malice, or whatever it was called, the sort of fifth god thing, I did some checkers on here. And I thought that was a pretty nice feature. So, but it was kind of tricky to do that with a little pen or like the little brush and ink and stuff like that. And I thought there must be a better way to do this. So the best solution that I came up with was to use some of these. I've seen someone else use like acrylic paint markers. So I bought two. The black and white ones. Like these ones. I think these are like really fancy ones. I bought them down at the art store. And I thought these must be like the solution. You know, you just draw white and then you just like make little black squares. But I was kind of disappointed. At this stage, nothing really differs these knights from, you know, various peasants painted in early videos. They have a zenithal base combined with silver and oxide yellow as block colors. So as a third block color, I tried to do various white stripes and then fill them with black squares. It soon became clear that while in the greater art world these are, you know, small precision tools, in miniature painting they are quite clumsy. After a while, however, I learned to at least make easy white borders on protruding things, like the horse clothing, which probably is called something else in professional terms. This worked best as long as you kept the marker even or even pointing upwards. Otherwise, everything just got clogged. The total opposite is if you draw in recesses with the marker pointing down. It just releases way too much paint. Everything will just get drenched. It's quite horrendous actually. But even keeping flat or pointing upwards, the black was lacking the precision to make any small squares. I mean, obviously this would be the other way around if you do the black first and then paint with the white one. Simply, these acrylic paint markers do not have the precision to make these sort of tiny little details. It could probably work if you want to do like paint some large patterns on tanks or something. But as soon as you get into any recess, it will just fail. Then I realized the solution was sitting right under my nose all of the time. Even since I began, you know, like the first archers, I've been using permanent markers to draw like little insignias and little text and stuff like that on wherever places you want something to differentiate just to break up the monotony of something. And can they be used to draw squares? Well, if you can draw letters in like this tiny little scale, obviously you should be able to draw squares. I mean, they even come in like shapes and sizes that actually fit like 28mm miniatures. So I tried that one instead. In the end, I found a sort of a mixed method to be the best. I simply used the white paint marker to do the white base. Yes, it does flood in, you know, like some of the recesses and stuff, like the edge of the shield here or something, but it will get washed over anyway, you know. Just accept that there will be some sort of failures. And then I used a black permanent marker of, you know, the appropriate size to do the squares. I commonly found myself using the 0.2 marker for like tiny ones like this, and the 0.5 markers for like a little larger squares like these ones. And that was a solution that was, you know, speedy enough, and the result was good enough. I mean, like in the little corners and stuff like this, yeah, it's not very good, but I mean, it will get washed over anyway. And yeah, it was a method that didn't drain my soul, so I was kind of happy. The rest is just various shades of brown, starting with the general fancy whitewash of 50-50 black and burnt umber. and then complement it with bright highlights and dark shadows. There are some little dry brushes and stuff like that, also done with oil colors, but you know, nothing that I have not already covered in any other video. So to conclude, can you use permanent markers on miniatures? Yes, you can. It's even a good idea, especially if you want to, you know, do geometrically correct shapes, like letters and squares and well, other shapes. Whatever, you know, shapes. You probably have done them in like kindergarten or something. Anything like that. Permanent markers. Don't be ashamed, you know, of using permanent markers on a miniature. It doesn't make you a worse painter or something. You know, use whatever is efficient. Because I mean, it's there to enjoy it, and I enjoyed painting these because it didn't drain my soul. Doing all these little checkers, and I think that the result was kind of, you know, bang for your buck. And that is important part. Don't forget to enjoy your hobby.